Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning, students. I hope you all are taking good care of yourself. Welcome back to English grammar class. So today we would be continuing with our chapter Adjectives from the Grammar Gate textbook. Before moving towards our today's topic, let's just revise the topics which we studied previously. So let's just revise the topics quickly. First one, adjectives are used to compare people, places, things, objects, and ideas, and so they are said to be degree of comparison. So we studied that we use adjectives to compare two or more than two things, and those adjectives are said to be degree of comparison. Let's see the first degree. The positive degree of adjective simply describes the single person, object, animal, place, or group without changing the form. So, the positive degree of adjective is also called as primary form of adjective. There is no comparison between any one of them. There is only one person and we are describing that person, animal, or group. Now let's see the another one, the comparative degree. The comparative degree compares two nouns with each other. So, comparative degree is the degree of adjective in which we compare two person or two things. And the last one is superlative degree. The superlative degree compares more than two nouns. So superlative degree is used when we are comparing more than two person or things. Let's see one example. Here in this image we can see three boys. The first one is tall, second is taller, and the third one is tallest. So the word tall, taller, and tallest are describing the boys, and so they are different forms of adjective. So the first form of adjective, that is tall, is said to be a positive degree. The second one is taller, and that is said to be comparative degree. It is also one form of adjective, tall. And in comparative degree we have to use word then after using the comparative degree of adjective. And the third one, the tallest, is superlative degree. And in superlative degree we have to use the before the superlative degree. Let's see the exercise which I gave you in the previous video. It was complete the sentences with suitable adjectives. So here you need to use the adjective which describes the noun. So let's see the answers. The first one, those grapes are sour but these are sweet. Gandhiji was a great man. So here the word great is describing the noun man. There are 7 days in a week. Whose CD is this? Is it Mohan's? What time do you go to bed? So here what is describing the time. I like this cap better than that. The word this is describing cap. Ice is cold but steam is hot. So here the word cold is describing the noun ice. Mr. Ramlal teaches very well. His students like him. So here the word his is describing the students, and so it is adjective. There was heavy rain last night, so the streets are flooded. Heavy is describing the noun rain. Anil is tall, yet he is unable to reach the picture on the wall. So the word tall is describing Anil, and so it is an adjective. Now let's move on towards our today's topic. Our today's topic is rules for formation of comparative and superlative degree. So today we would be studying different ways of changing the base form, that is a positive form of degree, into comparative and superlative degree. So let's see the first rule. The first rule says that we can form comparative and superlative degree by adding ER and EST respectively to the positive form. So let's see the example to understand it clearly. Here, the first word is short, which is a basic or primary form, and so it is said to be positive degree of adjective. And we add ER to the word short to make a comparative form of degree. So shorter is comparative degree, and when we add EST to the word short, it becomes superlative form of adjective. So shortest is superlative degree. Short, shorter and shortest. The second word is strong. So here also after G, if we add ER, then it becomes comparative degree, that is stronger, and when we add EST, it becomes superlative degree. That means strong is the positive form, stronger is a comparative form, and strongest is the superlative form. In the same way, bright, brighter, brightest, cold, colder, coldest, long, longer, longest. So students, most of the adjectives which are short, we normally add ER to make a comparative form of adjective and EST to form superlative form of adjective at the end of the word. Let's see one example. What can you see here, students, in this image? Well, it says that today's weather is dash than yesterday. And the word which is in the bracket is an adjective which we would be using over here. So students, can you tell me which form of adjective we will use over here? Yes, we will use comparative form of adjective because we are comparing today's weather with yesterday's weather. So there is comparison between two of them. And here the word warm is base form, and to form comparative degree we would be adding ER to it. So the answer would be warmer. Today's weather is warmer than yesterday. Now let's move on to the next rule. The next rule of formation of comparative and superlative degree says that if an adjective ends in E, we add only R to its comparative form and ST to its superlative form. So students, now you need to remember that when an adjective is ending with E, then we will add only R to comparative form of degree and ST to its superlative form of degree, because in both the cases E is already there, so we don't have to add ER or EST, just like we did in the previous one. Let's see the examples. The first word is brave and it has E at the end of the word. So we are just going to add R to make a comparative form of degree, that is braver. So the spelling of braver would be BRAVER. We are not going to add ER because if we add ER, the spelling would be BRAVER, and that is wrong. And the superlative degree of word brave is bravest, and here we would be adding only ST at the end of the word. So second word is large, which is the basic form, or you can say positive degree. When we add R at the end of large, it becomes comparative degree, that is larger. And when we add ST to the word large, it becomes largest, that is superlative degree. The next is late, later and latest, wise, wiser and wisest, and the last word in the table is nice, nicer and nicest. Let's see one example related to it. So students, here we can see the whole solar system. And in this solar system, Jupiter is the dash planet in the solar system. So here we are talking about Jupiter, which is the dash planet. So students, any guesses which form of adjective we are going to use? Yes, we have to use superlative form of degree because Jupiter over here is compared with rest of the planets in the solar system, and so we would be using the superlative degree. So students, for you making superlative degree, we would be adding st at the end of the word large. So the answer would be largest. Jupiter is the largest planet in the solar system. Let's move on to the next rule. So, the next rule for the formation of comparative and superlative degree says that when a word ends in consonant preceded by a vowel, the final consonant is doubled before adding er and est. So students, we have learned that normally the comparative and superlative degree are formed by adding er and est respectively. But when a word ends in consonant and it is preceded by a vowel, preceded means the vowel comes before the consonant, and you all know the vowels, that is a, e, I, o, u. And so when there is a consonant and before the consonant there is a vowel, then the final letter, that is final consonant, is to be written 2 times, and then we have to add er and est. Let's see the example. The first one over here says big, which is a positive form. Now here in this word you can see that the consonant at the end is G, which is preceded by the vowel I. So here students, when we are making comparative form, the first thing we have to do is you have to write G 2 times and then we would be adding ER. So the comparative form of degree is bigger and the superlative form of degree is biggest, and here also we have added the last consonant one more time and then we have added est. Let's see the second word, that is sad. Here the last letter of the word is D, which is a consonant, and it is preceded by the vowel A. So the comparative form would be sadder, where we have doubled the consonant D and added ER, and the superlative form would be saddest, where we have again doubled the consonant D and then we have added EST to form superlative degree. In the same way, the word hot, hotter and hottest, and last word is thin, thinner and thinnest. So let's see one example related to it. So students, here you can see there is a big house and in the front of that house is a swimming pool. So there is dash swimming pool in front of the house, and we have to use the word big over here. So students, any guesses which form of adjective we would be using over here? Well, we have to use the positive degree of adjective because the swimming pool over here is not compared to any other swimming pool, and so when there is no comparison we have to use the base form of adjective, that is positive degree, and so the answer would be big only. There is big swimming pool in the front of the house. So students, I hope that you have understood the first 3 rules of degree of comparison. I would be continuing with the rest rules in the next video. Till then, stay safe and stay sound. Thank you.